tuning into the Black Fire Radio, and you're listening to Yes Massive Wagwan. Andrew Robinson, your Jamaican brother there, reaching out to all the massive on the African continent, and you're tuning into the Banana Show with your host, Joey.
You're the one I want to. Before my leave, I start to fail. You're the one I need. Before I start to hate. If I ever leave, make what I carry me, they go far away, far away. So I am looking for the sister. Show her my lover. She got the dollar. She the wear designer. So I am looking for the sister. Show her my lover. She got the dollar. She the wear designer. So give me assurance. Assurance. My baby assurance. My baby lifetime assurance. 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 My baby assurance. I give my baby lifetime insurance. Yeah. Bang, bang. Love is sweet, oh. When money enter, love is sweet. Pepe resto. So brother man go can deliver. Call Anita, oh. Tell her make she come, they go far away. Far away. Me, I know they do it. And I am looking for a sister. Show her my love, oh. She ain't a man. She go cause disaster, oh. And I am looking for a sister. Show her my love, oh. She go follow her at night. They go disaster, oh. Say give me assurance, assurance.
Yes, karibuni sana family. Good morning, good afternoon, whatever the time is on your end. Welcome to another episode of the Pan-African Bliss Show, right here on the media of the 21st century. This is the Black Fire Network radio station. For 9 minutes past the top of the hour, my name is Joby. For those who are here for the first time, karibuni sana to another beautiful episode. And happy new week ahead of you guys. Have a blessed one, an easy one at work, at home, wherever you get to spend your most time of your days, wherever you get to deliver literally your most. I hope you and wish you an amazing one. Shout out to Brill, Karibu Sana. Good afternoon to you too. Thank you so much for following the live creator. Niambie unatusikizia kutoka wapi. Where are you listening and tuned in from? Right here on the media of the 21st century, where today we shall be focusing our conversation onto a new formation of Africa democracy by the people and their culture. Again, I love going to refine back to a video shared by Tom Boyer. By the way, rest in power to the son, the youngest son, who actually just took away his own life because of the situation of life, literally. I think he did vacate, or rather had relocated in the States. And I saw a video of him where people were trying to help him, but he looked super, super depressed. And it is so sad to see that actually today, I was even watching a video of someone who has actually died because of a bet of 300 Kenyan shillings. Uvuke dam, for you to cross a dam because of 300 Kenyan shillings. It just shows you the amount of poverty people are literally in, the lack of job opportunities people are in, the states of literally the life people are in across the African continent. And we do really require a change. And this is why we're talking about democracy, because we saw during the demonstrations of so many African countries, starting with Kenya, all the way to Nigeria, all the way to Uganda, when people were performing and actually going all the way to deliver peaceful demonstrations, we saw the police brutality that actually was happening. And this is all orders sent by our current leaders, current puppets, who are working in favor of the Western powers, not by the people of their own country. So we want to question again. I think we've spoken about this a couple of times. It's a back and forth conversation we keep on having about democracy in Africa. Do we really have it? And does it really, really work? Because personally, I'd say democracy does not work for the people. And historically, we shall be going all the way down to see a couple of things like a video I have right here, which we shall be starting with. After the short musical break, we shall be playing where we can see Uganda. The corrupt leaders are calling out the other corrupt leaders, and it is so sad to see, the same corrupt people who don't want to make a change are the ones calling out on each other. But there's never a change, especially in a country like Uganda, where there's literally nothing but total dictatorship. Talk about it. How do you talk about corruption in such a country where even the president himself has not, where election is supposed to be in 2026? We're waiting to see if it's gonna be like Kagame taking 99% all the way again to the presidential seat, or is it gonna be someone else like Bobby Wine taking again the presidential seat? Understanding also the opposition leaders are not any good. So karibuni sana, we shall be talking about that. I have a video coming from Uganda where the corrupt Ugandan official who is calling out on corruption. And then along with that, I shall also be talking about the mining of resources, which is happening both in, actually not just both in Congo and Uganda, but literally Africa as a general, because the war in Sudan, the war in DRC, and so many African countries because of the resources we have. And you can see currently right now in Kenya, there is mining of gold and resources in our own national parks. Shout out to Ruto, who actually is claiming to be protecting the country by selling the country's assets. And this is because of the loans we have. So I'll be sharing about Congo, the mining of this cobalt, coltan, everything, and also going back to historically, how did this all start? And we're going back to actually the genocide of so many people by King Leopold, the brutality that King Leopold II did in DRC Congo, because this is literally slightly spoken about in our educations today, the system of education, the ones that they introduced, because they know once they educate us, power is actually all going to us. So karibuni sana once again. That is our conversation for today. Shout out to also JJ. Thank you so much for tapping the screen. Shout out to everyone live with us on TikTok. Shout out to Brill, DJ Jenga, The Dawn, Karibu Sana, and to everyone who's there. Also on YouTube, on Twitter. Hope you guys are doing great. Hope your weekend was fantastic. And of course, hope you're ready for the week. Karibuni sana to the conversation of the day. And of course, going back to the music, that was the video I started with. And the name of the jam is Assurance. And this is by the one and only I think I'm gonna do me some Costa Teach, maybe with Diamond. RIP to the legend. So young, so talented yet. But of course, karibuni sana to the conversation. Hapa atuko kwa Mombelezi. We say celebrate life. Don't mourn life. Celebrate life, manze. Appreciate life. Don't mourn.
Hey yo, you wanna be a superstar? Dial 31440 right now.
Black Fire Radio.
In case you have a positive quote, kindly share. Anything positive you have, kindly feel free to share. If you're not diving into the conversation, also feel free to actually request in via TikTok or other. If in case you want to join also through our YouTube, we're live on YouTube, also live on Twitter, we're live on Rumble, on our show page, and also on our radio station.
I'm a superstar with Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, I put break. It's ninja. I'm a police. I'm a superstar with Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, I put break. It's ninja. Baby, solo na Babus Khalifa. Soba chayfela ngathi crispa. Physically fit, shake it up. Bizo kama phela magapuya lanta. Sana ne senti, enanja. Soba chayfela ngathi crispa. Physically fit, shake it up. Bizo kama phela magapuya lanta. Sana ne senti, enanja. I'm a superstar with Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, I put break. It's ninja. I'm a police. I'm a superstar with Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, I put break. It's ninja. Baby, solo na Babus Khalifa. Soba chayfela ngathi crispa. Physically fit, shake it up. Bizo kama phela magapuya lanta. Sana ne senti, enanja. Soba chayfela ngathi crispa. Physically fit, shake it up. Bizo kama phela magapuya lanta. Sana ne senti, enanja. Charlie, what's that? Charlie.
sana to the Pan African Bliss Show. That is Diamond. Costa Teach, Superstar, the name of the jam. Playing right here on the Black Fire Network radio station, media of the 21st century, 56 minutes past 12 p.m., literally 4 minutes to 1 p.m. So in case you're having some lunch, this is the right time to sit down, relax, and enjoy some amazing podcasts right here on the Black Fire Network radio station. My quote of today is, it's not about perfect, it's about the effort. And when you bring that effort every single day, that's what transformation, that's where transformation happens, and that's how change occurs. Happy new week and have yourselves a beautiful one. And of course, karibuni sana once again to the conversation of today, where I want to get straight to the debate, because the video I'll be sharing next is a little bit long, where we're going back to history. And of course, I'm going to start with Uganda. This weekend, there was not so much going on politically. I've not seen our dearest puppets, making tours. It is funny. I've not seen actually Ruto stepping out of the country in a minute. Literally, it's been a minute since we reported Ruto, the Kenyan president, stepping out of the country since the beginning of the demonstration that was on the 18th of June this particular year, where citizens took it literally peacefully, marched in numbers, demanding for change, calling for the resignation of also his, or seat, and a whole lot of things. So it is so funny to see actually how the power of the people and actually the reality of it, if we can push just actually more, majority of these puppets would step down. The power of the people as the authority of commanding and scaring these puppets. Because just look at Ruto, how laid back he is. But of course, straight to the debate, I want to share this amazing video right here. I don't know if it is amazing, but it is coming from the corrupt Ugandan official who's calling out on corrupt leaders. So listen.
Don't allow people to tell you we are stealing on your behalf. Leaders don't steal. We don't elect leaders to steal. Nobody worth their salt should glorify corruption. Oh, that this person stole and shared with you. No. You steal 10, you share with us 1, and then you say you stole on our behalf. Did we send you to steal? If you are in leadership, you have to be upright and accountable.
So this is the Interior Minister of Uganda who's talking about corruption. Number one, we're talking about someone who's very extra unhealthy. Okay, this is what I call the balloon stomachs. Extra unhealthy. I bet this guy actually has either blood pressure or something with his health condition because of literally how unfit he looks. These people have stolen so much amount of money. Number one, always observe politicians. One thing I've always noted, okay, they're getting so skinny. For right now, Ruto cannot actually have the balloon stomach because the pressure that is literally being demanded from him and the action that people are demanding is not allowing him to sit down and have a steak and a glass of wine. Okay? This is not the way Jomo Kenyatta was actually able to sell away a tell-all million-acre of land. No type shit. The generation right now is awoke. But back to this one. This is the Interior Minister of Uganda calling out on corruption. His health condition, if you try to look at majority of the health conditions of Ugandans, as much as there is food, I hear rumors actually there's plenty of food in Uganda, and this is why these people are not even able to turn out and come out and demonstrate, because they're not, the stomach is not touching the backbone yet. They have plenty of matoke, groundnuts, and all that. They have it in plenty. But still, the condition of majority of the Ugandans are suffering, because as much as I don't understand, probably if only I could get Maria on this show. I think we're going to have a show with Maria. That is the Black Fire Network Uganda as well. So we can have a back and forth interaction. Since she's on the ground, I don't want to speak on facts I don't have. But I want to understand how many people, there was a time we spoke about majority of the people in Uganda dying because of hunger. Okay, and the same, I think it's the same minister or a certain minister who came out and spoke and even called Ugandans very stupid. That is the term he used, and I'm not even quoting anything, but he called Ugandans stupid and said, you guys are very stupid for not being able to take a djembe go to the farm and participate in 1, 2, 3 things. But let's talk about colonization again. Back to history. How many people have lands today in Africa? How many people actually have grown up in environments, even if you're born in the city, where you can go back during the holidays, experience or see things like farming actually being very active? Very rare. A very small population of people. Yes, kid, just a minute. You have to, it's a very small population of people who actually can participate in farming. Very small population of people. So as much as there's plenty food in Uganda and all that, I do believe it's the percentage has to be checked. How many people have lands? How many people can participate in farming? And then going back to now this, because I do believe majority of the people who have lands is these corrupt leaders calling out on corruption. Talk about the selection. Haven't you seen what has happened in Uganda, literally? No, Rwanda, the neighboring country. 99% of the vote. It is super crazy. But listen a little bit
Those
more.
of you in authority, stop confusing.
Listen, let me say it one more time.
Don't allow people to tell you we are stealing on your behalf. Leaders don't steal. We don't elect leaders to steal. Nobody was the assault should glorify corruption. Oh, that this person stole and shared with you. No. You steal 10, you share with us 1, and then you say you stole on our behalf. Did we send you to steal? If you are in leadership, you have to be upright and accountable. Those of you in authority, stop confusing.
So this is all just bullshit. This is how they play with the people's mindset. For the longest time, this is how they have been doing. This is what we call politics, and always also doing the blame games. Okay, understanding the blame games, the mind games, the blame games. That's what they do. Politicians for the longest time have actually played African people and their people for a fool. But I think it's a high time you change the system. You change the system. You have to actually wake up from the narrative they're feeding you, okay? And this you won't get on Citizen TV. You won't get on KTN. This is why KTN is being taken down. Because they say they don't want to be controlled during the demonstration. During the demonstration, the media houses were actually being flagged and warned, do not dare air the demonstration. But KTN was the only media that came out to say, hey, we're not going to be controlled. And then after that, see what has happened. 300 people lost their jobs immediately. A week, 2 weeks after, this media right now has literally can no longer advertise. So they have to shut one section and combine with the other one, which probably may not even be enough still. They'll end up shutting the whole system down, probably. You have to wake up from the narrative they are feeding you. You really, really have to wake up. But shout out to everyone live with me on TikTok. Shout out to DJ Flani. Shout out to Keith. Kindly let me know on my end. I think I can see myself. Yeah, it is working correctly. Shout out to everyone live with us on the network. I see many of you this morning. Karibuni sana. Everyone live with us on the radio station, on YouTube, on Twitter. Welcome to the Black Hot Fire Network radio station. Let me know unatusikizia wapi if this is the first time, and what are your thoughts regarding the conversation we're having right here. I see Brill says, did you just say no more balloon stomach? Yeah, I love calling them the balloon stomachs, man, because it's the way they come in so skinny. Personally, I find that's the right term to use, because Kitambi sounds so outdated. Like, give them, not even outdated, but just give them a name that is so unique that they won't actually, you know, like, I don't know how many of you know Ramaphosa is called the cupcake. I don't know why they call him the cupcake, but we know for Ruto is called Zakayo, the tax collector. But all these puppets have one thing in common. They come in skinny and they live with the balloon stomachs. They'll come in, tell you how they are hustlers. They used to sell smokies, chicken, and boiled eggs, and swing in wheelbarrows from one town to another. And boom, you become a president. You're there, you have your master's, you have your PhD, you have your degree, okay? You are told it's not enough, but a whole dropout from nowhere becomes your own president. Make that make sense? And then they tell you, I understand your problems, but this guy's stomach is growing. Why ain't we health-wise? Why ain't we? We're supposed to be having equality right here, honey. We're supposed to have equality. But shout out to Mr. Blackout Fire once again. I did it. Yes, I was trying to have everything on cue, but yeah, I have it on. And shout out to DJ Flani Karibu sana anasema Jubi tumefika Kericho. Tu bado. Bado tutafika Kericho, tunaelekea Kisumu. Karibu sana. Nice to see you. Hope you're doing amazing. And to everyone also, I see Smart J on YouTube. Karibu sana. He says, how can I join the conversation? Let me share the link right here with you if you want to tap into the conversation and give your thoughts regarding what we're talking about right here. We are discussing currently about the corruption in Africa. And along with that, I want to share this video now coming from the mining of resources in Africa. That is in DRC Congo. In Kenya right now, we can see our national parks have already been taken over. What else? We can see in Sudan, the war that is going on there is because of the resources, gold, oil. In northern parts of Kenya, as much as we're sending the troops to Haiti, we have problems there funded by the politicians. God damn it. Look at now Tanzania, a country that was held, and shout out to, I had this video queued right here by Magufuli. Magufuli once said and spoke about how wealthy Africa is, how we do not require and need anything from anyone. Let me share this very quickly. Shout out to you, Smart J. Karibu sana.
Sante, I am very much humbled today to join this conversation. It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Nice to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I think I didn't I had the chance to maybe comment about the Gen Z revolution, which was successful on its own way.
Yeah, it was.
But
Did you go for the demonstrations?
okay, I'm in Eldoret. I think I'm in
Oh,
Eldoret. I think it's a new city in Kenya, Eldoret City.
shout out to you guys. Shout out to you guys. I see.
It's funny how I was saying that I wanted to live away from the city, and now the city it's coming closer to me because
Yeah.
I was choosing a countryside life for maybe away from the city, away from
Mhm.
the noise and everything.
But
But
the fact that you are in Eldoret, I think you guys actually and seen actually during the demonstration, the Eldoret people also did come out, and majority of the people. I remember there's a video of this woman that was going viral. She was complaining about the land grabbing that is very active there. But at the end of, I think in the third week of the demonstration, we saw some people were actually boycotting and being bought out, including now our parents, who were trying to educate about what is currently happening, whether it was reject the finance bill, corrupt wise, how these politicians have been playing tricks and blame games. Eldoret, I think, was one of the places that, and is one of the places affected. So I don't know. You've been on the ground. How was the turnout?
I can say that I was there in the protest on the first day. I recorded some
Okay.
videos.
All right.
Many people were there. Many people were complaining about the economy, and
Uh-huh.
it was about the youths. The youths
Mm-hmm.
came with a large number.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents were shocked because they saw that Eldoret was the town which produced the president. So something like that should not happen because it's
Mm.
tarnishing the image. But I
Honey.
can say
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
is tarnishing the image of the town.
Mm-hmm.
So I can say that the main issue was that youth don't have employment right now. The
Mm-hmm.
economy is too bad.
True.
The women were complaining about the eco levy, which
Yeah.
was there, which was pushing for the taxes. So
Mm-hmm.
many people were coming to the streets with different their own reasons, because even me, I went there with my own reasons because I knew that the government were undermining agriculture, which was affecting me as a farmer.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was there with the nini. But the worst thing was that when the finance bill was rejected and the protest was still going on,
Mm-hmm.
the protest changed with to Ruto must go. and you know
Yeah.
that is where the Eldorians will change the tune of the music, because they
Hmm.
are not ready to lose their leader.
But the funny part is that there was a rumor I saw on Twitter during this weekend, and I don't know if you can confirm or if you've heard the rumor in anyone. But Ruto actually is not a Kalenjin; he's a Kisii. Rumor has it he's not even Kalenjin; he's a Kisii. The mother just, took him all the way. It's given Kagame and Museveni type shit. The mother just moved to Kawakale, but I'm not sure about the rumor. But the rumor has it.
You know, Ruto, I can say that those are political, maybe narrative, to make sure
Mhm.
that so that Ruto can lose maybe some section of Kalenjin, which is that rumor is a lie. What
Okay.
I know, what I know,
Mhm.
Ruto does not come from the Samoes family. You know the Samoe Orkoyot, which you learn
Yeah,
in the history. That
yeah,
leader of the Kalenjin.
yeah.
He's not from that family. He's not
Mhm.
from. He knew that he will be one day leading Kalenjins, so he wanted to have that name Samoe in his name, so that people can say that he's coming from Samoe, so he can be our leader. That is what I am sure. But this man is so calculative, because he had calculated it from the time maybe he was in high school that he will lead this country. So he had plans. He had many plans.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. But anyway, as we get to move on to the next conversation, I wanted to share this video. You found me talking about the formation of corruption, the formation of democracy, new formation of Africa democracy by the people and the culture. Because the current democracy we're using, we know, was not formed by the people, does not work by the people, for the people, literally nothing to do with the people. Because again, that's why I'm trying to go back to the demonstration, trying to see the application of the police brutality, literally the way Ruto had actually the power to say stop shooting, but he was the one actually releasing, commanding the soldiers to be outside there. The police brutality to be more forced on the people. So it is crazy when you talk about democracy, not just in Africa but globally today. And this is a big issue. I do believe right now, with the wave of waking up of African people, we should rethink about some of the terms we use in our continent, in our country. Because personally, I love focusing on the term. We didn't come up with these terms, we move with the terms, but they don't serve us. So how about we go back to culture, you know introduce terms that are based on our culture, you know to lead us. That is something that Tom Boyer, a very good Pan Africanist, I'd say, one of the people who spoke about it. Africa leadership should be based on their culture and traditions. But if you try look at today, most of the things and politically how things are really being moved is all about the Mzungu, nothing about the African people, to the point where we're having a big debate about homosexuality, which you can see is now the propaganda they use it in the next coming lockdown pandemic. There's nowhere in Africa we know, including Kenya itself, we don't support homosexuality. As much as it's there, it's not open like you can see in South Africa or other countries. Africa as a continent, we have our cultures and traditions. It's there, yes, but it's not open the way it is. We've seen countries like Uganda, the way they have passed very harsh rules. Kenya, we've seen uh Obama, when he came during Uhuru's regime, to introduce the whole thing, and Uhuru said we don't support this. Ruto then the same year said we don't support this. Ghana is yet to pass a law, and so many African countries are still being pushed to debate this. So how does democracy apply in all these discussions and debate we have if we can't make a whole decision for ourselves? We need white people always intervening in everything we do. It cannot work like that. And so let me share this video very quickly as you get to move on, because when you talk about also democracy, it includes even the control of our own resources. Okay, how they come and invade in our lands today, it has become a norm now, oh, Kenya has a loan, so we can go now take this part of the land and we start mining. We can now start. We can even put our British Army training army there, and they can bomb any type of site they want, destroy homes, and nobody is gonna be held accountable. We have so many pending cases of the British training army, what they have done. Nobody is being held accountable. And all this, nobody is seeing this is a snatching of land going on, because I don't see what scheme this is going on in Africa. Let me share this very quickly.
Coltan and the cobalt, which is necessary for the manufacture of mobile phones and other minerals as well, comes out of the Congo. Theoretically, some of it comes from Rwanda. In reality, it doesn't. It comes from child labor in the Congo, is exported via Rwanda, then bought by Glencore and all these wonderfully clean mining companies that put it onto the world market. And the death rate is running into the hundreds of thousands over the past 20 years in these militia wars to try and control the supply of those resources, and the poverty goes on. Coltan and the cobalt. I've been to Goma, which is on the eastern border of the Congo. It's a city with tens of thousands of refugees, no made-up roads whatsoever, yet the most amazing plush office block owned by mining companies, and one or two incredibly expensive hotels, but without a paved road between it and anywhere else. I mean, it's kind of just beyond bizarre. And thousands of people, mainly women and children, living in refugee camps, waiting for a truck to arrive with food to keep them going. And this we're all complicit in the sense, all countries that are supplying those arms and buying that coltan. So that's a resources war. And we need to sort of understand that is the underbelly, the underside of what global. I've been to Goma.
That's the reality of the Congo. The Congo has attracted capitalism and Western greed. Somehow, those territories that have been really, really populated with armed groups magically happen to be very rich in minerals. Workers, adults, children endure modern day slavery in the name of this demanding production of the world. That's essentially, really, in a nutshell, what's going on in the Congo in terms of armed conflicts, the history behind it, and most importantly, the economic exploitation of the Congolese people, which is the root of everything.
It's the root of everything. It is, sadly, it's not just Congo, like I said. So many African countries, I always love saying that every single day, if you follow every African country, just because you don't see it on the mainstream media, does not mean they're not going through anything. Just because you don't have bombings, killings, live bullets every left, right, center, corner, does not mean there's no exploitation or modern slavery going on. There is, and it is very, very active. So before we get to move on, I see Keith in the building. Before I get to read some comments I see on TikTok. Karibu sana, Mr. Blackwood Fire.
Asante sana.
How are you doing?
I'm all right. What you explain is when a group of people conquered and come in contact with savage, white race is savage. So their whole system is always based on stealing, rap, and killing, not about any kind of equality. And so, what they left behind in Africa with these politicians or the morons controlling their states. It's like Africa's a plantation, and the fucking morons that they left in power, they're not in power. They don't run shit with their mouth. Ruto don't run Kenya. Semi don't run no fucking Uganda. Kagame don't run Rwanda. They don't run shit but their fucking mouth. So they're the overseers of the white man's plantation. Africa's one big plantation, a big slavery plantation, where he goes to steal and get his money and keep his civilization going, while he impoverishes every African on the continent. That's why Africa is a plantation. People call it a resource plantation. I say just a slavery plantation. So you come against a group of people who sadly who have devolved Understand, Africa was a very evolved place before thousands of years ago. Africa has devolved. You got the Europeans got control. It made it even worse. Kept the education level so bad, so fucking inferior. Africans don't know what most Africans don't know what the fuck is going on.
True.
They don't know which way is up. So that's on purpose. So what you're doing, what you're dealing with Africa, you think Africa is one big slave plantation. That's what it is. And these people you call politicians, they don't run shit at their mouths. They're nothing but overseers to the white man's lands. That's why Africans don't own shit in Africa. White man controls Africa. He controls it by brute force and manipulation. Pure power. That's how he runs it. Because they're savages. That's who they are. Like, maybe they can be our friends. Like as a child, they haven't got a child like mine. Hey, white people can be my friend. They don't want to be your friend, you fucking moron.
Well,
They want to dominate. They want to dominate, control, steal, kill. That's their nature. Till you grow up and understand. Shout to Ibram Torre. Till you grow up like Ibram and understand this down to your very soul, you're going to always be impoverished and dominated and put in a place. What you see, what you show at the Congo, that's slavery. They got the money, but they're the ones working in that mine for $1 a day. You're talking about, how the hell am you on my land? I'm working for you. Because you have not developed militarily to combat a savage.
Well, I can't really blame Africans.
Yeah. We do gotta be blamed. Yeah, we do. You don't meet a savage and don't develop. You don't meet a bear and say, you know what? Or a lion, how can I? And the lion keeps devouring your ass, and you ain't figured. You know what? I'm going to develop a certain technology to keep this fucking lion off my ass. Because if I don't, he's going to constantly ravage me. He's not going to change. I'm not going to talk to the lion and say, please, Mr. Lion, change. Don't kill and eat my ass. I'm going to have to develop ways to keep this motherfucker off me. So we're not to be blamed that they're savages. We're to be blamed that we didn't adapt and realize this. But no, what we did was take on their fucked up fake religions, worship them. So we compounded it and made it even worse. You know, I'm going to worship this cracker. I'm going to worship his ass and become less intelligent. But they keep fucking me up.
Very honest, and I want you to be very honest with the audience. Since you started Black Hot Fire and right now, and you've been talking about Africans, not the Africans in America, but Africans in the continent, to be specific.
That's about globally.
Okay, I'm asking about the ones in the continent, to be specific.
Okay.
You've been speaking about how, the worshipping, the backwardness, the miseducation. But if you try to look at since you started Black Hot Fire and now, can you really not tell a difference, Keith?
No, I told you it was going to be a waking up. No, a lot of them are waking up. Exactly.
Okay, fine.
I understand the African spiritual. Okay, let me, because I know it makes sure. Let me say this. At the end of the day, Africa becomes free, and Africans dominate the world once again. That's coming. I'm still going to fight the good fight. That's coming. But we got to get from here to there. The future is African. That's no doubt. The future is African. But still got to fight the fight between now and the future. Okay? There's no doubt the African's going to wake up. There's no doubt the African's going to regain Africa. I have no doubt about that, unless what they've been trying to do is genocide all our ass. So let's accomplish that. With the new fake pandemic that they got going, and new fake shit, like the COVID bullshit. As African people, you're supposed to get rid of these goddamn puppet ass leaders because they're the ones keep enacting this dumb shit that the white man tells them to do. They're the ones about you to BA. We're on YouTube, so I'm gonna do code. They're the ones about you to goddamn V's, the VACCINEs. Okay, that never did nothing to benefit you. They always was part of what they call the eugenics program. Go look that up. Okay, I'm not gonna go on to because we're on YouTube. Lose too many channels. We're all on the network. Go look up go look at the eugenics program. We saw that a little bit in the movie Friday in Django. He's talking about the skull and the brain. That's the eugenics program. Talking about black people are inherently inferior. And what should we do with these people that we consider genetically inferior and we don't want on the planet? What should be done with it? It's called the Negro problem. What should we do? They sit on the richest continent. What should be done with their ass? So go back and look that up. Eugenics. You know why they all of a sudden Africa had polio, AIDS, and all other kind of shit that you ain't never had before. Okay? Go look that up. So, to be, genocided, so it's an African future, period. But it's going to be war. It's going to be war, Africa. White man's not going to let go of Africa. Arab ain't going to let go of Africa without a fight. See, Africa doesn't need anybody else. And you're starting to understand Africa don't need shit from nobody. So you don't need no investment and all that other dumb shit they've been to. Let's get some invest. All these morons they put as they slave overseers tell you, motherfucker, you coming to my house. You asking to borrow my kitchen. So you're going to pay me. I'm not going to pay. You're not going to employ me in my own goddamn house. That's what the Africans have been saying. White man can't give me employment in my own land. Why you still on my shit? You sound like an idiot. You crazy? It's my goddamn house. You want what's in it? This is what you're going to do. You're going to build a manufacturing on my land. You're going to teach my people how to do it. Within 10 years, they'll know it. The technology will be shared and you won't bring your ass here. See, cobalt, coltan, all that shit the world needs. They need the cobalt. They need the coltan. They need the uranium. They need the iron. They need the zinc. They need all that shit that's in Africa.
Well, here is where you're pointing fingers at the puppets. But for me, I'll stand with the people because I'm trying to be very lenient and understanding where I'm coming from. I didn't have all this information I have today to pass.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
On purpose. Maybe explain things differently from how I explained them today because the way we're taught to see things.
I said on purposely Africa's been kept ignorant on purpose. I said that. I agree. But go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, so we just have to go back to history and relearn everything, which I believe is happening slowly, even with us talking about the army, which is what Ibrahim Traore is trying to do. He's trying to also educate his people as much as he's trying to take an action. He's slowly breaking it down to the people why I'm doing this, not calling them you stupid, you morons. No, he's trying to be very lenient with them, telling them, yes, we've been miseducated, but I am very aware of
I'm calling Leah's moron, not the people.
And I'm very aware of what I'm supposed to do to help us to come from this situation. So I do believe, again, even with the army, because you can see a very good situation I'd love to use is the Kenyan troops and understanding that the wars we go to fight or the wars that these people are placed to fight is all because of the Jays. People control the world. It is going to take time for even the African police, the army, for them to understand such kind of a thing. So it's all about learning.
The whole system over there to be overthrown. Not going to be understand. The whole system has to be overthrown. Like it's going to be revolution. The whole system is corrupt. Created by the Europeans for the Europeans. There's no African army. There's no African police. It's all corrupt. It's all created by the Europeans to keep their corruption going. That's why the police in every African nation hurt the people. They don't benefit the people. There's no African police force that benefit any Africans at all because it was never established and built to help any Africans. These institutions were established to keep control of the African, to make sure the African never got out of line and stopped the looting of Africa. They were never created as any defending force of Africans. That's why you see nowhere on the continent that the police have ever worked in benefit of African people. They've only benefited the despots that have been placed in power by the Europeans. That's why you got fake democracy. Ain't nobody win no elections in no Africa. They're all fake. They're all rigged. If any moron believes that you select presidents in Africa, then yes, you're a moron. All those elections are selected. When you have a real election and somebody sneaks through, they're killing them. They're getting them out of here. That's why Ibrahim Traore's had, what is it, like 16 now? 17 attempts on his life? I don't need to try to kill a puppet. He's my puppet. African leaders that try to change and actually are Pan-Africanists, trying to say African must unite. I got a bullet waiting for you. I got to put a bullet in your head. So that's how Africa has been governed.
Well, but as we get closer to winding up, I see DJ Flani says, but we are heading towards the right direction. I agree with you.
You are.
Because personally,
You are.
I try to look at it's been like 3 years, and I see the way I could look at the people right now and the way people are talking is just totally different. People are more focused on now doing much more research about our history.
Africans are becoming adults. The thing, when you get colonized, they keep people in what they call infanticide. Africans have been kept as a child. So you've been having individuals you think are adults. No, in the mind, they're children. That's what colonial systems do. It creates grown children. So the African is starting to become an adult and ask common sense questions. What's this? Why is this happening? How does this benefit me? Who's in charge? Questions. The African society has been completely turned around since colonization and taught not to ask no questions. You ask questions when you're a goddamn child. The asking of not asking questions, you're a child in the head. You're to question everything. How does this work? Why is this happening? What is this about? What is this? But Africa became upside down. Oh, you're not to question the leader, and not to question the church, not to question. Then you're a child in the fucking head. Hell, you mean don't question? You question everything. That's how you find truth. If you can't question it, it's a goddamn lie.
I think, Keith, we understand this is coming from because I'm just trying to look at everything and what Africans, we've discussed this even I think 2 weeks ago or last week, 2 weeks ago, I guess. What Africans are taught as the history, what you value the most is religion. Okay, you don't see anything else that matters.
Exactly. So you mean you're kept as a child, Joey?
You pray, you eat, you
You're kept as a child. Let me tell you something. Okay, yeah, you're kept as a child. Let me explain something. My first trip to Tanzania and the Kenyan coach years ago, right? So this is Africa. This is Africa. This is how you dominate a people, right? So now I'm an African coming not from Africa, coming from another place, right? So I go to these places because I know Swahili culture. And the Africans, the same shit. Now don't get mad, because same shit I had in Ghana, Nigeria, and I went there too. The ignorance is out the charts. White man has made the Africans so backward, so ignorant, absolutely crazy. So it's just like Smart Jason. What's the other brother down in Tanzania, Pharaoh? He's about, that's not you, Tanzania. It's by the Arabs. I'm trying to explain to him, it's not by the Arabs. So I'm gonna take Swahili culture, okay, which was an advanced culture. The African has been taught by the white man that was some white Arabs that created that shit in Mombasa, down all the way really coming from Mogadishu in what they call, because these countries didn't exist back then, in Somalia, all the way down to all the way down to
Tanzania.
Past Tanzania, all the way down to what's the country south of Tanzania? I'm on the brain for damn, what's the country down there by South Africa? Goddamn, Mozambique, yeah, Mozambique. So that culture went all the way down to Mozambique.
Swahili? Mozambique, they speak Swahili? I didn't know.
It's not their main language anymore. Back in the day, they did. Like I said, this is about 1,000 years ago, okay? To explain the culture, it goes back thousands of years. at the time, yeah. Did they speak Swahili? Yeah, at one time. But it's not that they got colonized and other things happen. Other conquests happen. So okay, so it's not the dominant language anymore in Mozambique. Dominant language, sadly enough, is Portuguese. Anyway, so I'm having a conversation with one of the Africans. He's like a tour guide telling me, yeah, the Arabs came in and built all this. I said, no, they did. That's Swahili is an older culture than Arab culture, and the white people you see today are not original Arabs. Arab is a culture, an African culture, African people. That's not the white man you see today over in Saudi Arabia. I said this way before you had any Arab, an Arabic. It was Swahili that would influence Arabic culture, not the other way around. He said, well, that's the way we were taught. I said, yeah, you've been taught lies. White man that came in and I told you ain't shit and telling you complete false history. So the brilliance of the Swahili culture is African. Okay? The agriculture, the damn architecture is African. So as they keep trying to steal everything from you and lie to you, when they start white people love to dig up your culture because it's older than them. As they dig up all this shit in Mozambique, all the way up in Kenya, Tanzania, it's only Africans they find. They don't find no white Arabs. And they try to tell you these are white people that did this 1,000 years ago. White people living in fucking caves, never even washing their ass. They want to tell white people that built this great civilization, not the African. It's a lie. So the insidiousness of Europeans have even stolen your history because it's great. Everything great in Africa, they steal it. It's still, it's a lie. There's no white people all the way down to fucking Mozambique, Tanzania back then. Now later on, you do get the changing of the Arab, maybe about last 200 years ago. Swahili culture goes back 6,000-7,000 years ago, and that architecture goes back then, thousands of years ago, of bold, great ships off the coast of Kenya, off the coast of Tanzania. That's why I know that the coast of Tanzania and Kenya is where you got the Fijians. Okay, they tell you they came from Kenya and Tanzania 5,000 years ago. Yeah, 5,000 years ago. They know where they came from. Out in the Fiji. Look this up before we go, Joby. Real quick. Is it Tahiti? I'm going to say it's Fiji. Not Tahiti. I'm going to say Fiji. Say the people of Fiji say they came from Tanzania and Kenya. There was no Tanzania and Kenya back then, of course. All right? They kept coming. It's like the last 600-700 years ago they kept coming. Say the people island. The people of Fiji claim they come from East Africa. So they came from Kenya and Tanzania. What's today? That's what they call it today. Wasn't that then? Wasn't no Kenya. Wasn't no Tanzania. So we know they didn't walk to no fucking Fiji. They had great shit. Fiji's gonna be. Yeah. Go ahead.
So they're saying some accounts tell of how the ancestors of the first Fijians, Luntanasoba and Degei, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, traveled from Lake Tanganyika in Africa to Fiji. Lake Tanganyika borders Tanzania and the Democratic Republic of Congo, Burundi, and Zambia.
Zambia, Kenya, all that shit, the same area. Are you saying that Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, all that shit right there? So we know those Africans that are in Fiji today come from Kenya, okay? Come from Tanzania, okay? They know that's a fact. The white man say, oh, well, no, you didn't do that. You niggas didn't know how to make shit. You niggas didn't do none of this. Black people all over the world for the white man got the cake. These are facts. But they want to bury. They won't teach you that in school. Hey, these Fijians look just like us. Are they Fijians? That's why I told you your tribal shit is stupid. Because Africans left Africa and just went everywhere just to travel. Okay? So that's the white man stealing your history. That's coming back. The knowledge of self, the knowledge of who you are. You are a great people that's been told that you're stupid, told that you're backwards, told lies. Those people had great ships. You think they got all the way to Fiji on a fucking canoe? No. They had naval vessels thousands of years ago in Africa, in Kenya, in Tanzania. We know they didn't have them in the Congo record. Congo didn't come all the way out to the damn coast, but that wasn't called a country back then. Anyway, the same people, those people, come from those regions. So if you ever go to Fiji, those are your people. Okay? Those are your people in Fiji. If you ever go, I always wanted to go to Fiji. I bet it's nice as shit. Hey Joe, before we leave, put images of Fiji on the screen for us. Images of Fiji. You know.
Yeah, but I do hope as time goes by with the way things are trying to be changed, some countries trying to make Swahili mandatory as a, as a class.
And isn't it funny? The Fijians still speak ancient Swahili. How about that? Ancient Swahili. The Fijians still speak. So we're not all Jamaicans, George. We're all Fijians. God damn it.
So
they go Fiji, Jovi. Looks beautiful, don't it?
Yeah, man. Of course, I want to be here. Where the beach at? Take me where the beach at. I'll never
and
say no.
Jovi be able to speak to him a little bit. I said the Swahili's changed, of course, but that's ancient Swahili. They still speak ancient Swahili. Ancient. Maybe, well, you got the Arab, okay? Because that culture's ancient. I just want to make sure we understand that.
As we wind up, family, Smart J, do you have any closing remarks? Shout out to DJ.
Let me tell you, hey, Smart J, on your phone, go to Google Play Store and download the app, Black Hot Fire Network. Go download that app. So if we do lose our channels, you'll always be around. We won't lose it. Because next thing I know, we might be in Fiji, goddammit, chilling.
Man, you never know. You never know. Life, things change. Every day, things change, surprises come, opportunities, and the whole lot. But I think Smart J is busy over there. But shout out to John Mosquito, who is also there with us on TikTok. I don't know what's up with the microwave thing. You said no microwave for me. What's up with them? What's going on with the microwave? I also had the same comment on Iwaton's and Shmani's show. I don't know, John Mosquito, what you're talking about. Shout out to John. Microwave. I don't know you say no microwave for me. I don't know what's up with the microwave.
Microwaves are dangerous. They got the radiation from it dangerous. I don't got no more microwave. I had no microwave in my house for like 5 or 6 years. I don't fuck around with them. The radiation from them, Joe. When you use them, it emits radiation that causes cancer. So you use it sparingly, not a lot. If you're gonna use it, don't be like warming no water up in that shit or nothing and drinking that shit, but nothing like that. Yeah, but use it sparingly. I don't ever use a microwave no more. I had a microwave. I threw that bitch away. At least when I started Black Hot Fire, I threw that motherfucker out. Get this shit out of here. I think I gave it to somebody for free. I can't remember what I did with it, but I don't got nothing. All I got in there, as small as a damn microwave, I got like a toaster oven, the same one Joby and them got in the studio. I got one of them to just warm up my shit. I don't got no microwave. I got regular heat.
Well, it depends what you're warming. For me, I'd warm maybe ugali. Instead of cooking ugali, it's just warm it using the microwave because you don't want to throw away food.
Where's Sheila at? Sheila, you got to cool down on the dolly. It starts, sweetheart. You got to stop. See, these diets, it starts, means it's acidic. That's what's going on with you. You got to get more oxygen in your. What causes cancer, family, is a lack of oxygen in your body. You must oxygenate the body as an African. Get more chlorophyll, more green leafy vegetables. So the more green and get off, you gotta change your diet from acidic to alkaline, and you can never have any cancer because your body cancer cannot sit in a highly oxygenated body. So you eat that fucking ugali every day, that's cancer forming because it's starch, too much starch every day. And you have it once a week, cool. Not every fucking day. You can't see only because Africans are put in poverty that that's considered a staple. You should have a staple in Africa. You should have all kind of foods because you are an abundant place to grow everything. You shouldn't have any staples in Africa. This is our staple food. Why? That means you're poor. You don't need no staple. You're supposed to have everything in Africa of abundance. You're not supposed to be eating one thing all the time
True.
because you're in Africa. You're supposed to eat everything. So it means you're going to need more. I know Joe, we don't like more melons, more fruits, more vegetables. That makes your body oxidated. You're an African. African people, we can't eat like Europeans. We got to eat like African people. Their diets are acidic. We got to get up the acidity. That's true. Everybody got to get up all the sodas like I had to. Acidic. We got their diets. And so we just said we got everything here. We got to go back to African traditions, African food. Okay? But nobody eat no fucking ugali 200 years ago. Sorry. People in Kenya would say, let me get my ugali. They would go back 200 years at Kenya like, what the fuck is that? It's ugali. I don't know what this shit is. Get out of here.
Yeah, but much love, family. Coming to the end of today's conversation. Eat healthy. Eat fruit. Personally, of course, I pass on the melon. I'll eat banana, oranges. I'll eat any other fruits, but not
Hello.
pawpaw and melon.
Go
I just
ahead.
don't like
Go
pawpaws.
ahead, Smart
Yes.
J. Go ahead.
I can say that maybe even me, when I left the city, I was trying to look for real organic African food because I
Yeah.
was going away from maybe this food which uses a lot of medicine, a lot of pesticides, and maybe
Herbicides.
others are grown on dump sites. So I am deep in the village eating organic food, eating free fruits day by day, and life has been so good.
I bet that shit's delicious. You're a lucky bastard. I bet that shit is delicious. You're a lucky bastard, Smart J. You're a lucky
So,
man.
so I was thinking. I am on Saturday. I was in an event, and I told the people there that I am starting a seed bank, and they were shocked because
You should
they are.
talk. Yeah, we need a thing, maybe because Europeans are destroying and stealing all our seeds. Exactly. In Africa, we don't got regular seeds no more. You can't grow food. And because all these despots and stuff, we got to now have seeds from Europeans and go back to have GMOs and get back buying from Monsanto. Nah.
So, so they were shocked because they are well familiar with money banks and with other banks, but the seed bank they have never seen. So I need to make an history there and establish a seed bank. I need to get a good event where I will invite over people to come and visit. I will share details about it. Maybe you will one day come and join me.
Yeah,
We meet
sure.
physically. I think that is the best thing. I think that is the best
Yeah, if you
thing. We
need if you need
there.
help, let us know. If you need help, let us know. Financially, no, let us know. We need a seed bank in Kenya. We need that. So just make sure you download that app, Smart J, like our Fire Network. That's how you stay in contact with us all the time. Like our Fire
Yeah.
Network on Google Play Store.
Yeah,
So so I so
I do believe.
I will.
Go on,
Sorry.
Spate. Go on.
I was saying that I had a vision to start a seed bank. I had a vision to make sure that I bring people of same thinking to our location, so that I can create one of the event which will be live, by the way, on YouTube, and also the event will be totally free because I am planning. I know how I will raise money for the food.
Us,
So I grow my
yeah,
own food. I grow everything myself. I have my own animals, so that I will slaughter it
awesome.
because that event, because
But
people
look,
when
Smart J, okay, oh yeah, now that you're able to do that, I know you got, but in Kenya they're passing laws like all African countries to try to get you now to what? To now document those animals putting all these heinous laws to
so
make sure that you don't have your animals and you got to register everything. How's that going?
the main reason of that event is teaching people that these things are coming and how we will maneuver it from those people who are coming to take over our land and even our animals and even our
Yeah, we
rights
got to
for.
stop that shit.
So we
Exactly. That's
need
what
to
they
teach
trying to.
we need to teach people that there are people who are coming to control our food.
Yes.
So when they need to control our food, they will not come with guns. They will come with donations and everything. So on my
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
I say that I don't need any funding from those corporations to establish this kind of event because they will be controlling me.
Uh
So
huh.
we need to fund our own events. We need to fund our own ideas.
Yes, sir.
Nobody should fund us because when people fund us, they will be controlling what we think, and they will be telling us that this is what to tell the people, this is what
That's
not to
right.
tell the people.
And this,
Because
and this is what you're gonna do. It's gonna benefit them. You're gonna
because
take the GMO seeds. You're gonna plant them, and you're not gonna be able to grow no more seeds every year. You got to come back and understand, family. GMO causes. See, this cracker is wicked. GMOs cause cancer. They control the cancer institutions where you go get treatment that never cure you. So they make money with the fake food. Then you get cancer. Then they make money from the goddamn being hospitalized. That's not going to cure you. You're going to get their treatments, cost you money. It's a vicious cycle. They're
because
setting you
because
up to be sick.
because
Go smart,
because
Jay.
because the medicine for cancer, there is no cure for cancer. Their medicine is just for you to eat
No,
until
it's
you die.
treatment. There actually are cures, RJ. I gotta say that you can do, but theirs is for treatment. Yeah, it's just to make money off you till you die. It's to treat you, never cure it. Just keep getting treatment till the day you die, because it's never
because
supposed to cure you.
because I saw one of our neighbors here in the village had cancer, and I was being told that it was almost $200 per week to treat him.
Yo, it's
So
expensive.
I was shocked because they had to sell their land, they had to sell their properties, they had to sell everything, and
It's all set like that. And if they understood, smart Jay, going back
at
to Africans that see they need to get more oxygen in the body. If they understood they got more oxygen in the body, cancer dies. Cancer cannot live in a highly oxygenated body, smart J. That's why they're trying to bring you these GMOs in Africa because it's acidic. Us as an African, if we have more alkaline diet, more oxygen, cancer dies. It can't. They'll never teach you none of that. That's on purpose. This science never teach you. If you're African, you need oxygen in the body, oxygen in the cells. If you have oxygen in the cells, no cancer can live there. What is up, Joe? Just real quick, really say a highly oxygenated body. Say no, no,
uh,
say in a highly oxygenated body. That's all diseases. Your monkeypox, your HIV, your fucking COVID. A highly oxygenated say disease. They gonna start taking this down. Disease cannot live in a highly oxygenated body.
I was
That's
I
why they
was
want
ask,
to. Go ahead. Go ahead, Smart
I was
J.
I wanted to ask you about this one question I had. Many people were telling me because from this event which I went on Saturday, I told them that I am not ready to go to abroad, and I will never go abroad myself because here in Africa we have everything. We have water, we
You
have
have
land,
everything.
grow our food.
Everything.
So I
You
was
have
I was
everything.
I was trying to ask you, these our leaders are pushing us to go for abroad. Is abroad good?
No, no, they want you to go abroad to be a slave, so you bring money back to Africa because they don't want to develop. See, those things not to be as developed Africa. So they want African people to go abroad. So when you go abroad, you're not getting any good jobs. You're going to be a slave. So they always figure that Africans are used to being people's slaves. You're docile. So you're being sent to places that treat you like shit and get paid less than shit. But that gets you out of there because they know they mismanaged Africa so bad. Africa is ripe for what? Revolution. They have mismanaged the place so bad that they're scared for their own existence. No, it ain't good because if you just develop Africa, you got everything. Africa has everything. It's the most blessed place on the planet. It's Africa is so wealthy, it's fucking mind blowing. It's mind blowing how rich Africa is. And Africans walk around don't even realize you got the best land. Fuck just the damn minerals. Should nobody be starving in Africa? You
So
pull it up, Joby? Go ahead.
they have really brainwashed our youth. They are telling our youth that there is job abroad. So their parents are selling
No,
their land, valuable land, for
it's
them to
crazy
go and work
because
for
that's the ignorant. That's the ignorant. So you're going to go say, oh, the land you can't get that valuable land to go work as a fucking slave in Europe or Arabia, some fucking where cleaning somebody's shit. You know, you're gonna be somebody's house girl, house
It's a
boy.
we,
it's a
we need
scam.
we need
Yeah,
actually we need for you guys to come here and tell them physically, because my heart
how
is
far
very
how
sick.
far is that away? I'll set up a trip for Joby and the staff to go over there and hold an event to talk to some people. Yeah, because you're not exactly it's a scam because they made Africa so impoverished. You know, how do you look around Africa? I can understand. I do the same with Joby saying here. Impoverished. It looks poor. But because how can I look and see that this is the richest continent with what I'm looking at? And I tell you, hey, you actually sit on the richest continent. What? What are you talking about? Get out of here. You see how poor I am? I know, but it's not real poverty. I know it looks like you're poor. And I get it. But actually you're not. You're not. You've been stolen from. So let us know. We'll coordinate with you, Smart J. We'll get the guys up to the talk to them. Understand? Yeah, it's a scam. Because when they get here, we don't listen. The Europe don't have jobs now, Smart J. The white people in Europe and America are crying because now they're being impoverished, right? They're being impoverished by this system. So no, it's a scam.
But
Um,
as we come to the end of today's show, um, Smart J, I think we should also link you up maybe with someone like Wallace. Maybe you guys can also collaborate
yeah,
together.
Wallace too. Yeah, because I can get some land up there, goddamn it, with Smart J. Do some farming up there. Got the
Is
Wallace.
is he in Eldoret? Because
No. He's in Nanyuki, but he moves around. He moves a lot.
you know, I have been having this calling to maybe get people with the same thinking. We go somewhere, we hold an event, and maybe undo things that, because we must say kusema na kutenda. We must say and take actions.
We
From my
do.
side,
I agree. But understand, Smart J. Understand, it's going to be dangerous. You got white people completely trying to lock down Africa now. So we're going to become a threat to the power system. So, okay, now understand this. We're dealing with a wicked ass government. So there's going to be some, our life may be at threat. So understand what we're getting at. By waking up people and helping African people, there's a danger behind it. So as long as you understand that.
yeah.
Yeah, but anyway,
Okay.
from here, wrapping it up here with today's conversation.
Did you find my quote yet, though, Joby?
Thank you so much for tuning in. It's hidden on Google. Google is bringing me the diseases that actually are caused by less.
See, she used to be able to find it. At first I had Joby, it was easy to find. And Katie looked at remember, Katie used to pop it up too. But family, an oxygenated body, fresh food, that's why you get all that fake GMO shit. Fresh food, alkaline diet gives the body of African people more oxygen. There's no disease, no cancer, no nothing that can live in a highly oxygenated African body. So the thing is, so if you get any disease, that means you're lacking oxygen in the cells. Okay? So that's it. You met Joby go. Joby trying to rush us off of here like she got something to do.
Yeah, but much love, family. Have yourselves a beautiful day.
Come
See you
back,
guys.
come back and join Irriton in the next few minutes.
Yeah.
Irriton, what's Irriton? We talking about some motivation, how to wash your feet or something?
I'm not sure. Catch up on our show and see you guys
Is
there.
she around? Is she there?
She
Is
is
she
here.
around? I'm gonna have to ask her. Can we ask her what? Can we ask her what the hell the show gonna be about? Is that all right? You ain't shit. Come back and enjoy ear time, guys, the next 10 minutes. 10, 15 minutes. It's because you don't like eating melons, Joe. We don't blame everybody else.
Yes, thank you so much. Everyone was tuned in. John Mosquito, DJ Jeng, Asante Sana for being with us from the beginning. JJ, John Mosquito, shout out to you, Timothy. Shout out to
Reach out to Smart J.
Guy. Shout out to the judge guy. Shout out to Smart J. Thank you so much for being here, and to all the amazing silent listeners. And for those who shall be catching this on a replay, both on Spotify, Rumble, or rather BitChute, enjoy this amazing show and episode.
You're on the network.
Yep.